Hey fam, hey fam, hey fam. How you loving, how you loving, how you loving? Today, have I got a story for you. And this story is going to change your relationship with money. I promise you. Let's get into it. Deep breath. Deep breath. Deep breath and be here now. Great Spirit, all. Speaking this word from the all into the void of creation, calling forth the very best life experience for all present: health, wealth, happiness, prosperity, abundance, thriving families, beautiful homes, beautiful vehicles, beautiful destinies, beautiful businesses. All that is the desire, the true desire of the heart, unfolding now in a blissful and divine way, free of conflict, only good, unfolding in peaceful ways. This, and even better than I know how to ask, is already the experience right now. Amen. Breathe. Slowly we open our eyes and give attention to the time-space continuum, or space-time, also known as the third dimension or the matrix. I've got a story for us today, family. This story is going to do everything to free you. I promise you. It's an excellent story. Now, before we go into this story, let me answer. I see Pat has a question. Pat, you have an excellent question. Last night's Angel Magic class, we did it live, and now it's forever there as a course for you on Angel Magic. Delicious. Oh my goodness. And everyone in the class was so amazing. Class was amazing last night. If you've never been in any of our classes, hop on in, hop on in, hop on in. So let's go on screen share, and I'll show you, Pat, exactly how you can get access. So you want to go to christianwitches.com. At christianwitches.com, we have all the magic classes. At valerielove.com, we have all the magic and money classes. Okay, the master classes on how you show up in the world, especially for spiritpreneurs, entrepreneurs, people who are doing the holistic healing work for other people on the planet. That's what these classes are especially devoted to: authors, transformation agents, way showers. All of you, that's what these classes are for. ValerieLove.com. The next class, you all have voted for it. The next class is going to be on YouTube, and how you can easily, family, you can so simply, I won't say easily, depending on how hard you make it in your own consciousness. It's not hard, yet I work with a lot of people, and a lot of people make things hard in their consciousness that are not inherently hard. So I don't want to say it's easy, because if I say it's easy and then you do it and you find it to be hard, I don't know what's in your mind about how easy or hard it is. So I can let you know that it is not inherently hard. Yet I do know that there are a lot of things that are not inherently hard that people make hard. And we call that hard making. And there's no need to do it. Yet we as humans, I even do it sometimes when I'm not in my complete consciousness of God consciousness. I can make things hard for myself, things that are not inherently hard. It's just a function of the lower mind. And all we get to do is keep that out of what we're doing. We can choose. We can choose to use the lower mind or not. Now, angel magic. So when you go to christianwitches.com and you click on classes, go right there, click on classes. And when you click on that class, what you're going to see is when you click that link, you're going to see, I'll put it in the chat for us because this series is incredible. And I love the series so much that we're going to perhaps continue it some more after this. So here is the link straight to classes. Now, when you click the Angel Magic class and you say register for the live class, this will change because we just had the live class last night. So this is going to change. But here on all the pages for our website, we always put this. This is very, very, very important, family. Very important. Check your email. Very important, very important. Because the second you register for the class, you get the email, and the email says, access your class now. And it has a link. But sometimes that email goes to bulk mail. Sometimes that email goes to spam. Sometimes that email gets lost in a huge email inbox. So check your email and check your promotions tab. If you're on, I'm going to put this on the page too, so that will help people. We have here, check your email thoroughly, including bulk mail folder and spam mail folder for the email. It has your receipt and it has your access to the class. It comes automatically without fail. Yet what we find is a lot of times it might be lost in a bulk mail folder, might be lost in the spam folder. So comb your email and you will see it. And inside that email is access to your class. And it also shows you how to get our email, our email support, our support email, so that Kineza, who is a member of our incredible family that serves you, the behind the scenes people serve you, which I love. She is a member of our incredible family that serves the bigger family, right? This is a family. Some people say the team. I don't really, we have teams. We do have teams. Yeah, she is part of the family. She's in the Philippines, Kineza, and Kineza and her daughter are like part of the family for me. So Kineza, you've probably gotten emails from Kineza. You've probably emailed Kineza. She's so amazing. I love her, love her, love her. She's just so amazing. So Kineza will take care of you. And yet, Pat, okay, do that, Pat. And for anyone who was registered, if you register for any class of ours and you don't immediately see the email, you need to comb your email. You'll find it. If not, send a text right away and say, I combed my email and I cannot find it, because you do have our text number. And the text number is all over the website. Okay, so text us and let us know. And Kineza will get right on it and she'll get that email for you. It's in every person who registers for our class immediately gets it. So as soon as you register, you just, and it also takes you, the next screen, it takes you right there to the login page for where your course info is. We have it set up very tight and very direct so that there's no other place to go. As soon as you pay for it, it takes you right to log into the course, which I love. And so the systems are tight. So check the email, Pat, and then let us know. Text us and let us know, okay, that you got it. All righty. Yay. And remember, family, if you used a different email, you must check the email you used when you paid for the course. That email must match. All right. Here's the story for today's spell. Today's spell is called immersion. This is an immersion spell. This is where you immerse yourself in that which you desire to experience, because most people are immersed in their current experience. And you would like your current experience to expand. Wherever your current experience is, You wanted to expand to an even bigger experience. That's exactly what my morning practice was this morning. I was really getting to the core in my meditations of that which I desire and letting go and letting go. And the word came to me, the essence of what I am seeking and what I'm creating now is, and what I'm being now, right? Not seeking, being, is expansion. Just go bigger. And I got that impress in that that unction or that inspiration from deep within, because we're in the new moon in Leo energy. As I film this, as I speak about this, last night was new moon in Leo. It started 2 something in the morning. And so yesterday we were on the coven. If you don't know about the coven, I don't want to tell you about too many 50 million things at the same time, yet it's very important that you know about the coven. If you go to christianwitches.com and you go to coven right there, you will learn all about the Isis Arising Coven. I freaking love the coven. I freaking love it. I love it. I love it. I'm going to put it here in the chat. Okay, so we were in the coven last night in deep discussion about what to do as far as divination and as far as ritual on the new moon, especially new moon in Leo. And we were in astrology and we were in mind astrology. We were in deep in yesterday's discussion because we understand the energetic component of where we currently find ourselves. We are in still this, we're just exiting the Lion's Gate, which is the lion, all this energy coming from Sirius, 20 times as large as our sun. And then we get new moon in Leo, the lion. Wow, 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 wow. So here is what I want you to understand. The cosmic weather does not control you, yet it does influence and affect you. You control you. So when we are looking at cosmic weather such as new moon or this energy, we want to understand that we are working with it because we are choosing to work with it because we are sovereign beings exercising our own intention and our own will. Mercury is not retrograding me. I'm choosing what I'm going to do with the cosmic weather of Mercury being retrograde. It's like you look outside and you see it's raining. You choose, okay, I'm going to stay home, or I'm going to take an umbrella, or I'm going to wait until it stops raining. You choose. And you always choose. That's your prerogative. That's your right. That's your domain. You choose. You are the sovereign of your kingdom. What are you choosing for your kingdom? So this morning, I was all about the expansion. Like I got the one word. When you can bring the essence of that which you desire down to one word, you know, you have a capsule, you have the atom bomb. Expansion, right? Of good. Expansion of your destiny, expansion of your influence, your persuasion, your impact upon the world, your message, expansion. That's what this is about. So you want expansion. So you're currently at one place and you are immersed in the place where you are. You're immersed in it. It's like a fish in water. You can't tell that you're immersed in it. Your whole house is immersed in it. Your whole clothes are immersed in it. You are immersed in where you are right now. Now that could be at 50 million a year. It could be at 200 million a year. You are immersed in 200 million a year. It could be 10 million a year. You are immersed in 10 million a year. But how are you going to go from 10 million a year to 100 million a year? If you're immersed in 10 million a year, you would have to go someplace higher, bigger, and immerse yourself in that energy. Okay? Yes, Pat. Just like much afraid at Hind's feet on hot places. Boom. That's it. Immersed. Now, this is deep. Now for the story. So now we understand the power of immersion, and that you are currently immersed in some life experience, and you probably want a bigger experience than the current one that you're immersed in. So how do you do it? This is how you do it, because we are being masters of energy. So there was this lady who was having tough financial times, and she wanted to get out of it. And she wanted to be successful. Like she had a thirst, a hunger. It was a have to. Some people don't have that burning have to. If you don't have that burning have to, it's probably not going to happen, because things, to create something really big, you have to do it for a very long time, and you have to be consistent, and you have to be disciplined. And because you have to do it for such a long time, and because you have to be so consistent with it, you will only do things like that. It will only be sustainable if you love it. That's the only way. So people build businesses. Well, I don't love it, but I'm going to do it. Okay, that's either a recipe for unsustainability, or it's a recipe for you having a shit ton of money, but you're not happy. I wasn't interested in either one of those, because peace is prominent before anything else, before any material thing at all. Peace, to my mind, let all my thoughts be still. Peace is a requirement. Okay, so she was having a difficult financial time, and she wanted to be successful. She had that burning desire. You have to have in not the science of getting rich, in the other amazing tome on money, not the science of getting rich, that other Think and Grow Rich. He starts off with, if you don't have a burning desire, just put it away. Think and Grow Rich tells you without a burning desire, it's not going to happen. And when we say burning desire, we mean you've got to really want it. And when we say really burning desire, we don't mean grabby, greedy, I have to have it. We don't mean attachments. None of that. We're not talking about that at all. We're talking about there's a burn in you, like the prophet Jeremiah said. There's something burning in my spirit that I must speak or I must do. I have a burning desire to do this thing, or go here, or speak, or ride, or it's coming from inside. It's not grabby trying to pull this way. It's burning and it's emanating. So she had that burning desire to be bigger. You know that thing you have. You have a burning desire to be bigger. You have a burning desire to do more, be more, see more, express more. Why? Where is this coming from? It's coming from your understanding and awareness that you have not even tapped a fraction of your potential. Like, that thought just haunts me. It haunts me that all that God put in me, wow, am I tapping? I haven't even tapped a fraction of my freaking potential. Do you know how big you are? Do you know how magnificent and spectacular you are? Do you know all the things you can be successful at? Do you know who you are? And you're walking around in a life that you know deep inside, you know, this is not my potential. You know it's not your potential. And guess what? Your potential is so large. Let me tell you how large and magnificent your potential is. Your potential is so large and magnificent that you've already created some pretty amazing things. And people look at you and they're awed and they're amazed. Wow, that's so amazing. That's because you're not the norm. You're not the ordinary. You're a rare bird, right? Because you're a rare bird, you can do some of these things that other people find difficult, and you can do them without really even working hard. Your working hard is extraordinary. Your barely getting by is probably better than 50% of people's working hard. So because it comes easily to you, you let yourself be complacent around the people that are looking at you thinking that you're the shit, because they're not the shit. I didn't want to be. That is what we call, in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. You have one eye and the people around you are blind, so you're their God. I didn't want that. I want to live my potential. All that is in me is going to be all spent by the time I, pardon me, take my last breath and be up out of this camp and go to the next fabulous universe, wherever I decide to go after this, right? So that's what's driving the burning desire is potential, it's possibilities, it's inspiration, not grabby, greedy. You're driven and a burning desire. They're two different things. And you do need drive. Yeah, drive runs out. I promise you what does not run out is the fire of inspiration. The fire of inspiration never runs out. Motivation, that shit runs out. You have to do it again every day. I went to see Zig Ziglar many years ago because he was one of the greatest speakers that ever walked the planet. And I wanted to be a great speaker. So I had to put myself around great speakers. I did immersion. And sure enough, I won a lot of trophies and I did a lot of speaking. And I still do a lot of speaking. It still helps me to this day. And I'm going to be speaking at the event that we're going to be doing when we have our incredible event for the book Witch coming out in October next month. Not next month, in October for my birthday. When I went to see Zig Ziglar, he said, yeah, when they talk about motivation, motivation wears off. He said, it's right. That's true, because he's a motivational speaker. And people were like, motivation? Well, what's the point of what you're doing? Because motivation wears off. He said, yeah, it does. He said, motivation is just like a bath. You have to take a new one every day. Baths wear off, but you're not going to stop taking baths. Motivation wears off. That shit wears off. You've got to find a way to motivate yourself. How do you motivate yourself? You motivate yourself because you have a burning desire inside to match your greatness. You have a burning outside mind, an idea in your mind, an inspiration driving the whole thing, which is really love at the core of inspiration, driving the whole thing that says, I'm going to make the outside of my life look like what I know is inside me. There's an acorn inside me, but I'm not being my oak tree yet. Or maybe I'm a little sapling, kind of. Or maybe I'm a 10-foot oak tree. I mean, you're supposed to be a 40-foot oak tree. So even even a 20-foot oak tree, we look at it, wow, look at this beautiful oak tree from an acorn, an acorn, an acorn, an acorn. Look at this 20-foot oak tree, and we're just, wow. And guess what? You're supposed to be a 40-foot oak tree. So at 20 feet, you're impressive, yet you are only half of what you can be. Ouch. Oh, but you're impressive. And people will sit under your shade and they'll be in the cool and they'll like, wow, this beautiful oak tree. They won't tell you you're only half of your potential. You know inside of you, which is where the truth about you resides, deep inside. And you can't resolve that being little. That's what this new moon in Leo is all about. So that's why you want to do this. So now let's talk about the burning desire of this lady and what she did about it. So she lived in New York and she was having this financial difficulty, as I stated earlier, and she decided that she was going to do something about it because she had a burning desire to be a whole lot more successful than her life was currently exhibiting. So she decided, she used to go by, I believe it was the Ritz-Carlton downtown in New York City, where they have the Ritz-Carlton, they have all the wonderful people pulling up, and they have the man with they used to have a whole uniform outside, and they would take your car and take your luggage and take your shopping bags because you just shopped at Bergdorf Goodman and Saks Fifth Avenue and all these things. And so they would take care of you when you came there, right? Well, she decided that she was going to go to the Ritz-Carlton. Now, she couldn't afford to stay there. She was going to go into the restaurant because she would go by sometimes. I'm not sure if this is exactly the Ritz-Carlton. I'm using the Ritz-Carlton as an example so that it can convey the message, right? The exact location and the exact name of the exact hotel is inconsequential here. I just want you to know that part. Focus on what is the important part. Don't get lost in the details. Here is the focus. Put your mind on the focus. Stay focused, beloved. The focus is that there was this rich, fancy place that she used to pass by and see, yet she never gave herself permission to go inside. Walk around. Anybody can walk inside of a ritzy hotel. She never gave herself permission to walk inside. So she decided that she was going to go to the restaurant. Now she knew that she probably couldn't afford a meal in the restaurant. She decided that she would go in the restaurant and order a cup of tea because she was like, whatever they're charging for the tea, I'm sure I can afford it. She got dressed with her best duds. Best. She gets up, she goes to the fancy schmancy hotel. She's walking with an air like, I belong here. See, this is immersion. You know that you're going to this. And some people might say, well, you're just psyching yourself out. Yep, that's what you're doing. You know why? Because if you psych your mind out enough, your mind will create the thing that you desire. Because your mind is doing it all. Yep, psych your mind out all day long. And so, held her head high like, I belong here. Went to the restaurant. Oh, welcome, madam, because you know how they speak in hushed tones and they welcome you into these wonderful places. Would you like this? Would you like that? So lovely, right? And they ushered her over to a beautiful table and she sat down and they, the napkin and lay it across your lap and whatnot. And someone will be right with you. And they bow and they're very courteous. It's beautiful. And she sat there and so the person came over and gave her a menu and said, oh, you're just in time for our lunch. This is our lunch menu. And she said, I won't be having lunch today. I just was a little parched and wanted to come in for just a nice cup of tea. What do you recommend? Because they come with a whole tea box with all the teas and everything. The tea thing is a whole thing. It's a presentation. It's a special box. And so she said, so what do you recommend? You can't be in there like, I ain't got no money, so I ain't coming here for lunch. I just came to get some tea. What y'all got? Can I get some water? Is that free? Or do I got to pay for that? That's not immersion. Immersion is, I belong here. Immersion is, I'm feeling the luxury of this, not plastic, not polyester, on my booty. Immersion is, my hand is running across this linen crisp napkin on my lap, not a paper napkin from McDonald's. Immersion is looking around and seeing people drink from lovely glassware or stemware or eat off of china or whatever. Now, I'm going to show you this spell, and in the spell, it doesn't say that you have to go to a restaurant. Go wherever the hell you want that represents your up level to you, which will be different for everyone. Someone's going to go into a Porsche or even a Tesla car dealership, hang out in there, look at some cars, sit in them, feel the leather, be dressed up, act like you're about to buy one of these joints. Okay, this is nice. Make them jump. You walk in looking like you're gonna buy something, they're gonna be jumping. How can we help you? Welcome. And this one, and this one, and they'll start showing you around and telling you things. That's immersion, not, no, I'm just looking. No, you're not just looking. You might buy one of these Teslas. You might buy 2 or 3 of these Teslas. Hey, kids, everybody gets a Tesla for lunch or for dinner or for Christmas. Whatever. Oprah did it. You can do it. So she's sitting in there and she says, so what tea do you recommend? Because you belong here and you're having an up-leveled experience. I promise you, I've had so many upgraded, up-leveled experiences, and every single time, this shirt don't want to stay the way I want to put it because I'm moving so much. Every time I have had an up-leveled experience, it did something in me. So I just keep up-leveling more and up-leveling more and going to an even better restaurant and even better this and an even better hotel and even better suite and even better this and even better cars and even just pick the luxury. Start picking the luxury options. When you call an Uber, it's very easy just to upgrade $5 or $10 more and just get the luxury Uber. Just start your immersion. Just go up. And they were very kind to her, and they went and bought the tea box, and she had this exquisite tea, and she sipped on that tea and sat there as long as they would let her sit there. So her story is the inspiration for today's spell. I bring to you spell number 34, immersion. Notes on this spell. Everything is energy. So you'll have to immerse yourself in the energy of what it means to you to be rich. It varies from person to person. It might not be a restaurant. It might be a designer store. It might be Marc Jacobs. You went in there, Marc Jacobs, and you bought your Marc Jacobs tote. It might be Fendi. It might be going to this beautiful cafe where you have to make reservations. It might be going on a yacht ride for the day with your family. It might be going to home tours and you go all to these model homes and you go all through those model homes. We used to do that all day. We would be in those model homes all day long. It's what it means to you to be rich. Please understand the specificity and the personal nature of this. I cannot tell you where to go. You've got to say, what would I be doing if I was rich right now? Where would I be eating? Where would I be shopping? Would I be shopping at Bergdorf Goodman? Would I be shopping at Saks Fifth Avenue? Would I be shopping at Fendi? Where would I be getting my clothes? Would I be shopping online? Then I go online, you can go online in any of these stores and fill up your whole shopping cart. That's immersion. Fill up your whole shopping cart. You didn't buy it. You just, I love this dress. Oh, this dress is $5,000. I'll take that. You put it in the shopping cart. Then you look at something else. Oh, these shoes are $1,100. Oh yeah, I want that. Okay, put that in the shopping cart. It costs you nothing to do that. That's immersion. You see? So where would you be shopping if you are already the rich person that you are seeking to be? And when I say rich, it has nothing to do with money. Get all those things out of your mind. It has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with accomplishments. It has to do with what you yourself, within yourself, believe rich to be. It's subjective. It's totally subjective. It's whatever you think it is. Just make sure it makes you happy. And when I say makes you happy, it can't make you happy. That it tickles your fancy. It's a yes for you. Like Bali is a yes for me. And I don't know, London is not really a yes for me. I mean, London is nice. I'm sure I'll go to London and I'm sure there's nice things to see. Would I go to London and stay for 30 days? No. Would I go to Bali and stay for 30 days? I'll pack my bags today and go to Bali for 30 days. You see, some things are just a yes for you. That's what we're talking about. Love yourself enough. Love yourself so deeply that you give yourself the thing that is a yes for you. That comes from love. Well, everything comes from love. You would have to love yourself to do this. So this spell, like all the spells, is very deeply personal. And while you're choosing what's rich for you, it could be a yacht ride. We already described all these different things. It could be nothing I described. It could be that you go to Barnes & Noble and you load up with $200 worth of books and you walk out with them on. You get the most expensive coffee table books and you don't buy them on Amazon where they would be cheaper. You buy them in Barnes & Noble where it's going to be the full price for it. And you don't go to the sales section because that's your jam. You love coffee table books, or you just love books, or you want a big, huge book collection, or you want all these hardcover books, or you want whatever it is. Everybody's got their own thing. Or maybe it's vinyl. My father loves vinyl. He has this whole record collection. I'm sure it's worth $1 gajillion. He has and going back to the 50s. I am sure it is worth $1 gajillion. He loves his vinyl. He has all the records. So maybe that's your rich thing, that if you were rich to the level that you want to be, if you were prospering to the level that you decide to be, whatever that number is, it's arbitrary. That these are the kinds of things you would buy. You have an incredible art collection, or you would be in these kind of museums, or you would be at the Sotheby's auction. Go to Sotheby's auction. You don't have to bid on anything. You don't have to buy anything. Just go to the auction. I've gone to art auctions. I love them. You know, you sit there and you're looking around. I could raise my hand and bid on something. They're very exciting. I love auctions. They're very exciting. Anyway, decide that you are rich. Not that you will be, not that you will be. You already are. Step 2, cleanse your body. Clear your energy with sage and Florida water. You're going to get yourself into ceremonial prep, as we talk about with the witches in the coven and with the mystery school students in CCW mystery school. You are going to prepare yourself, your body, your mind, and you're going to get that sage, get that Florida water out after you have your sacred bath, your shower, all the things. Then you're going to put on your rich outfit. These are clothes you already own. You have rich things you've been saving, things that make you feel rich, things that make you feel successful, things that make you straighten your back. I look good. I look good. Put on your little hat like my grandfather used to do. He was dapper. That's what they used to call him back in the day. He's dapper. Okay. And he was fly. My grandfather, he worked as a tailor. I think he was from a long line of tailors, and I think that's where we got the family name Taylor. I haven't been able to prove that yet with my research. Yet that's my intuitive hunch. Well, his crease, they used to say his crease in his pants. Well, yeah, well, you would see him go out. But back in the 40s and all those people actually dressed up, right? And go out, and they had gloves and whatnot. His crease in his pants was so sharp they said it could cut somebody, because that's how he was. That's how you want to be. Get fly. Pull out your church clothes. Bring out your Easter hat. Why is your Easter hat way in the back of the closet? Put that joint on. Even better, go to the Kentucky Derby. I don't know how much it costs to go to the Kentucky Derby. I'm sure you could afford it. Get one of them big fabulous hats. Me and my girls, we're gonna go to the Kentucky Derby one year, and we're just to wear the hats. I don't care about the horses, and I don't bet. I don't gamble. So yeah, we would just be there for the hats. Now, after you do that, do you see that you're already spelling yourself as you're in the energy of doing these things? You're cleansing yourself in preparation. You already know where you're going to go. So if you're going to the Ritz-Carlton, you're going to that restaurant, you're going to sit down, you're going to have a cup of tea. If the whole meal is just blowing the budget to smithereens or whatever it is, you're going to do the part that doesn't blow the budget to smithereens. This is not supposed to make you poorer. It's supposed to make you richer. You're going to immerse yourself in that which you desire. It's really just you jettisoning yourself ahead to your future self. That's all you're really doing. Because your future self is going to be doing this anyway. Don't do anything that your future self wouldn't do. If you don't like fancy restaurants, don't go to a fancy restaurant. Well, I'm going to a fancy restaurant because I want to be rich. And if your future self is not going to do it, don't do it. You are putting yourself a few months ahead or a few years ahead to your future rich self. What is your future rich self doing? Talk to that person. Ask them. That's your doppelganger. Ask your doppelganger. There's no such thing as past, present, and future. All the possibilities and potentialities exist right now. Mind blowing, isn't it? Ask your doppelganger, what are we doing? What are we doing as a rich? What does it look like? Oh, you fly business class. Great. Let me go online and put business class tickets. Let me go on Orbitz. Actually, let me go on Emirates. I'm going to go to Dubai and let me order my tickets online. And you just go and you go through all the steps. You just don't put your credit card in at the end. You say to yourself, I'll be doing this first. I got to check with my boo. Give yourself some reason why you're not putting the credit card in. That makes sense. Okay, I'm going to hold this. I've got the 2 seats for me and boo, first class. It's $26,000 each. And we're going to Dubai on Emirates direct from Washington, D.C. I'm going to check with him and make sure these times work for him. And I save it. And you just close your computer and keep on going about your business. And your subconscious mind was like, we're going to Dubai on Emirates in a $26,000 seat in first class with a bed, and you get in the shower and there's a second floor and you go upstairs and you go to the bar. And do you understand that people that are crunched up in the back of the back of any vehicle, really, except a limo, the people that are crunched up in the back of the plane, they're having a very different experience than the people that are in first class and in beds and sleeping with blankets and pillows and ergonomic this and ergonomic that and luxury meal and a gourmet and a window and a. They're on the same plane. They're in 2 different worlds. So what are you going to be doing? And you would have to be in touch with that, which means you would have to have a vision. Why are you even working to do all this? I know exactly what I'm doing and where I'm going. So I talk to that future Valerie a lot. She's like, girl, your life is good, baby, good. And thank you for doing the things today that made this life. I thank my yesterday Valerie so much for writing books and making YouTube videos. I'm always thanking my yesterday self that she did it. She did all these things. Do things today that your tomorrow self will thank you for. So now Step 3, you're going to go to the richest place you can find that's readily accessible to you. Don't go out of your way. There's rich places all around you. You can get all dressed up and go to the mall and walk through all the designer stores and feel all the purses and look at everything, if that's your jam. You don't have to go out of your way. Rich is all around you. And this is an excellent exercise to see that rich is all around you. Go to the richest place you can find that's readily accessible to you. Once again, your definition of riches is a rich place. That's for you to decide. For some people, it could be the lobby of a 5-star hotel or resort. For others, it could be a luxurious vegan restaurant. There is luxury vegan restaurants. For others, it could be a yacht or a high-end designer store or mall. What is most important here is that you feel rich. This is an immersion spell. Immersion. You're immersing your whole being. I did it so much that after a while, it just got natural. And my subconscious mind got accustomed to the feel of what that felt like. And it just kept. Your subconscious mind is responsible for 96% of your results. And if your subconscious mind is used to cheap shit, it's going to keep creating cheap shit. If your subconscious mind is used to luxury, it's going to keep creating luxury. You'll just walk into the airport lounge and wow, here's the most luxurious, here's a very luxurious seat, or here's a luxurious section. And you just gravitate to all these things because you have done the work of programming your subconscious mind to what you desire. Step 4, while running the inner mantra in your mind, it sure feels good to be rich. Ooh, I am so happy I did what was required for me to be able to be here. Ooh, I thank my yesterday self. Ooh, it feels so good to be rich. You're having an inner dialogue. Your inner dialogue cannot be the dialogue. Don't bring your inner dialogue from home. Your inner dialogue must be the inner dialogue of you as your future rich self. And while feeling the feelings of being rich, order an item to eat or sit in the space and read or write in your wealth grimoire. Sit there and sip a cup of tea because they give you a little pot and you fill the cup a couple of times when you're in a rich establishment, right? And they give you the box. Tea, please. Oh, yes. And they scurry over with the box. They glide over with the box and they open it. Madame, I believe I'll have Earl Grey this time. Certainly. And they're just quick on, and they're just on it. And leave a fat tip, a ridiculous tip. If your tea costs $10, leave a $20 tip. This is one afternoon. And you may think it's frivolous. And you may think, what is this all about? I'm not doing that. You may think that. And I promise you, your subconscious mind under the surface is taking note of every single thing you did. How can people hypnotize you and you can remember what socks you wore on September 15th, 1988? Because it's still in your subconscious mind. What are you feeding your subconscious mind, beloved? What are you feeding your subconscious mind? Are you feeding it luxury? Are you feeding it expensive? I like to be expensive. What's the alternative to being expensive? I'm not going to be that. I'm going to be expensive. And I'm going to and stay in the place for as long as you can, and then commit to making increasingly more frequent visits to places and spaces that make you feel rich and successful. I would not be telling you this if it didn't work, and I wouldn't be telling you this if I didn't do it. I did it. I continue to do it. This is a spell I keep working on myself because I keep going up, because you can keep going up. There's no limit to your expansion. There's no limit to you. That's it for today. I pray you are not only hearers of the word, that you are doers of the word. Peace.